I talked about Django a little bit there. His tune, Douce Ambiance. His tunes are extremely melodic. There's a lot of chromatics inside of Django Reinhardt. The chromatics also were very strong within Thelonious Monk. But both of them realized that the chromatic means moving from one thing to another by a half step. But they also realized that in music theory, you get in later music theory into more modern with the harmony, when you start getting the flat fives and chords and things like that, it cuts the scale in half. So they realized that that half step pattern works well with the harmonies, that gives you a different sense feel of a cycle of fifths. For example, on that tune, Douce Ambiance, he's got I'm playing it in D minor here. He's got a D minor. Now I move the chord up because to me it sounds good. I move it up to this form of a G7, of an A7, which has got the G here, but it puts the A on top. Rather than playing, I could have played. But to me it sounds better if you play. And also puts it up here where you can play the melody. The melody goes, so if I were down here, I'd have to go, right? So up here I can go. Because the melody, it goes from your D minor to your A7, then the D minor again, C7, and you go from the C7, now it's F, G to an F chord. So that's down to your G minor, A7, D minor, E7. Sometimes people play that as a B flat 7 flat 5. That's where that chromatic comes in. To A7. I just put it augmented here. Down to your A. Again. Just spool around. Augmented. Down to the A, up to the D minor open. Now, here's where those things I was telling you about, the chromatic stuff he does. So you're in D minor. So for the bridge, he goes up a half step to E flat minor. Ba ba dee be da ba da da, ba ba doo dee da da da. Then he goes up another half step to E minor. Ba ba dee da 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 da. Then he goes to a C B, right? B flat, A flat, A, B, 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 B. So he's chromatically down to B, B flat, and A flat to come up to the A. And he's back to the A chord, right? And he's back to the D minor again. Now, on that bridge, that's the melody, and it's all E flat minor. And it comes back down. Then he goes up to E minor. 7. Then it goes to the C, B flat, A flat, A, and back to the D minor. So he's using chromatics a lot, as did Thelonious Monk. Thelonious used tons of chromatics in what he was doing with his songs. If he's going like, what's that? Hey, shoot, let me think a minute. Where he does Ask Me Now. Now he's in a cycle of fifths. Now it's chromatic. Cycle. And then what he's actually doing is he's playing twice that fast. This is like he's starting on a G minor suspended, G minor 7. So he's going like da da do da 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 do da da da. He's got to there. You see, he's kept come down. Now he goes to the E flat, and then he goes to the D, and then he goes to the D flat. So it goes like bubble-bee, boo-boo-boo. That's bubble-bee, boo-boo. See, bubble-bee, boo-boo-boo. Then he goes to the next one. Bubble-bee, boo-boo-boo. Then he's on F7, B flat 7, E flat 7, and and the D flat, and he ends in D flat. So he's constantly moving everything chromatic as it goes. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because that's a cycle of fifths. He just keeps moving. He's moving a chromatic. Normally the cycle of fifths will go, but he's moving a chromatic. He's moving from the G minor 7 to the C7, then from the F sharp minor 7 to the B7, then the F minor 7 to B flat 7, E7 to A7, E minor 7 to A7. He's moving chromatic with it rather than, but the ear hears chromatics well. The ear hears the cycle of fifths well. So if you use all those different things within your playing, within your writing, because it sounds normal for when Django comes out and go up to half step, it sounds normal. Up again. See them? Boop up. You got to the A and it's back to da da da. So those kind of guys, and I can't say that they were really well schooled. They were. It's a matter of them understanding what they heard when they heard it. They were. I guess I hate to use the word genius, but they could understand what musically that stuff does. More than understanding it, it made sense to them. It was music to them. It's the way music should flow. So to most people, they learn it and they learn what they've done. You can't just learn what they've done and repeat it. You have to become part of that moving music. Music has to move you, and you have to move with the music. You have to flow with the music.